It's that time of year again at the beginning of the boat season. Welcome to It's a Boat Thing and the Boston Expeditionary. So the plan is this: we're going to take a fleet of 3 boats out to sea, but we're not going to take the sea boats out at their normal speed. We're going to do it at a slower rate to try and prove that this is possible to be done with a much less powerful boat. Now, we normally do an expeditionary to try and prove to ourselves that the adventure that we're going to take a fleet of boats out in the summer months is safe, and that our calculations and our planning is sound. This summer we're planning on taking 6 to 8 boats out across the wash from King's Lynn and over to Boston and then on to Lincoln and maybe even further afield than that. But to prove that can be done before we put the families on board, we want to make sure that we think we know what we're about. And that's where the expeditionary comes into play. This has become a little bit of a tradition over the years that this time of year, just at the beginning of the boating season, whatever harebrained adventure that we've come up with to do in the summer, we try and prove that it can be done before we get the families on board. Captain, you on board?
Captain!
Hey buddy,
It's all right.
How are you?
All right.
Good to see you. Good to see
Got
you.
your life jacket?
Yeah, I've got everything. Can I give you those?
Yeah.
I'll just go and get a couple of extra bits.
Okay, no problem. Everyone's been briefed, but we'll have a little briefing tonight once we get to Erith. So, plan is leave here at 4 p.m. We're at Jones's at the moment. We'll then go down to Erith and stay the night there. I've checked with the lock keeper. He's happy for us to be there. They've got a new alarm system apparently, which might go off, but he's booked us in, so it's always good to give them, lots of notice that you're going.
Yeah.
Then, because of the tides, we'll be leaving early in the morning. We'll be going up the 100 foot. We're going to keep to sheer line speeds, as this is a expeditionary about balancing the sheer line speed right across to Boston, as we know. So we'll leave in the morning. We'll go up the 100 foot. Should be passing Denver after about an hour and 3/4, 2 hours at the 5 knots we're doing. It's about 20 miles. We then continue riding the tide out to King's Lynn. We should arrive there, I believe, around 10 in the morning, somewhere like that, as we're leaving at 5 this morning.
So what you're saying is just in time for late breakfast?
Just in time to go to the camp. We'll spend the night on the boat, and then we're up for an early leave on Thursday morning.
Thursday morning, yeah.
So we've got the tracks all planned out. It's a pretty straight voyage, really. We're leaving out of Bulldog Channel. We'll then go to buoy number 3 at the end of the channel. We'll launch off from there, and we'll go to, I can't remember.
It's Alpha is the first.
Alpha is the first.
No, sorry. RM2.
That's it. We go to RM2. But it's, it's sort of it's a north-west sort of course we're set. Pick up that buoy and then straight to the channel on the other side, the Boston Channel. We'll have to anchor once we've been through the Boston Channel at Clay Hole, which is a known, if you look on the charts, you can see Clay Hole as an anchorage point just outside of Boston Approach. We'll probably give them a radio just to say we're there, but it's I doubt they'll be monitoring. So we'll be on anchor about 6 hours. Then we will pull up anchor, and we've decided what we'll do is we'll go through to, rather than going to Boston, we're going to pass the Boston Channel, and we're going to go into Fosdyke Bridge, spend the night there. I called the owner a couple of days ago, and he's very happy to have us. Told him we'll probably have dinner at the ship inn.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's going to put us on the side of the pontoon nearest the ship inn, so we can just get in and out.
Oh, that's useful.
So that's the 3 boats. So I don't know if you said, but it's Lazy Days and Hana, isn't it?
That's correct. Yeah.
So we'll spend the night there. We'll then be up again to catch the tide about 7, I think it is. Can't remember off the top of my head. It's on the briefing notes. We'll leave there and we'll come out into the channel, and then we'll come back across the wash. And this time we'll anchor at number 3 buoy or around that at the Bulldog Channel, just to let the tides turn, give us some water. So again, we'll be anchored about 6 hours. So yeah, that's just the way it's got to be because of the tides.
Yeah.
And then we will cruise into King's Lynn.
Marvellous. And that should prove to ourselves that our plan and our calculations are safe and they are sound for when we take the fleet out in the summer.
That's right. I mean, the shear lines are capable boats, but then and the hulls are fine for the wash. There's no problem. From a southerly direction, which it is on Thursday when we go across, and on Friday actually, then the wash is normally pretty good. We haven't got wind over tide. We've got the wind with us on the tides that we're using, so that should make for a smoother run.
A little bit more comfortable.
A little bit, and really, you know, the shear line, unlike this boat, is not built to, you know, get up on the plane and you know, really get the speed up. So we'll just keep it the 5 knots and just see how. Yeah, it'll be good. And then we'll leave King's Lynn on Saturday morning.
I think it is Saturday morning.
Saturday morning. Yeah. We'll cruise up to Denver, and then we decided to lock through at Denver. And then we'll cruise down to Ely on Saturday, spend the Saturday night in Ely, fish and chips.
Yeah,
and
it's tradition.
I do like Ely. And then cruise home down the Old West on Sunday.
And then back to base, and the mini fleet effectively disperses.
Yeah. And yeah, it should be great fun actually. I look forward to these boys' trips, I do.
Yeah, same here.
And, I hope that gives a bit of a briefing on what we're trying to do. I like it because it's really testing our skill with the tides and knowing what we're doing. And using 100 foot, you've got to know what you're doing because you're balancing depth against headroom as always. And yeah, that'll be fun. And it's also, just while we're talking about it, always best to let the lock keepers at Hermitage and Denver know you're doing 100.
Yes.
Because it is a challenge. It's, you know, I believe it should be used more by us boaters, and I'd like to see more people use it.
Absolutely agree with you.
You know, I'm hoping this will, you know, if it gets out there a little bit, people think, yeah, I'll give it a try.
Day 1, light, let it shine. Day 2, sky, looking fine. Day 3, land and trees appear. Everything start growing here. 6 days, look what you've done. Stars above and shining sun. Laughing at the way it's made. Every detail, every day. 6 days, world so bright. Animals running left and right. Life begins, it all starts new. All because of you. Day 4, sun, moon and stars. Day 5, fish and birds afar. Day 6, animals big and small, then made people above them all. 6 days, look what you've done. Stars above and shining sun. Laughing at the way it's made. Every detail, every day. 6 days, world so bright. Animals are running left.
Morning, guys. You all up, ready and raring to go? You're all in silhouette. It's that dark already. So we are what, 4:45 now?
Yeah, ready to start the engines shortly.
Yep.
Get underway.
What time's sunrise? Anyone know?
Okay, so we're going to do the first leg in the dark, aren't we?
So we ended up getting underway dead on 5 o'clock. Weather is calm, quite warm. Started to get a little bit chilly as the sun, or just before the sun started to come up. We are give or take about a third of the way down the 100 foot on our way to King's Lynn. As I say, we departed Erith about 0500 and boat is running really well.
We should clear that, obviously. Here comes that. Yeah, we clear that. Okay, thank you.
Every detail, every day. 6 days, world so bright. Animals
Half a metre clear.
left
There's that
and
ball going down, look.
right.
There he is. Just in front of us on the camera.
All because of you.
This is the... Look at it. Look at that.
Day 4, sun, moon and stars. Day 5, fish and birds afar. Day 6, animals big and small. Then made people above them all. 6 days, look what you've done. Stars above and shining sun. Laughing at the way it's made. Every detail, every day. 6 days, world so bright. Animals are running left and right. Life begins, it all starts new. All because of you. Adam walking, looking around. Name every animal he found. Then Eve came, side by side. First love story ever alive. 6 days, look what you've done. Stars above and shining sun. Laughing at the way it's made. Every detail, every day. 6 days, world so bright. Animals are running left and right. Life begins, it all starts new. All because of you.
So it's a little bit chilly this morning. We're going to get going, give or take around 7:15. That's when high water is here and it starts to turn slack and we get an outgoing tide. Now, as we said before, we're trying to really prove a point that the slower boats can do it. So to do that, we're going to use the tide, or the outgoing tide I should say, as the extra engine. So we will have the boat running, give or take around 5 knots, plus the tidal flow going out, which should give us about 6 or 7 with any luck. So there we go. Let's get the boats underway. Going to have a cup of tea before we get going, I think. A little bit chilly. So by way of an update, we arrived yesterday and Hannah, which you can see on the camera now, had some electrical problems. It was then discovered that unfortunately she ended up with a water pump problem which needs to be replaced, and there's an engineer coming down on Friday, I think it is, to replace that. So she's not going to be able to join us for this trip. Also, we had a slight issue on Coco, which was our turbo pressure pipe, I think it was called, actually came off the turbo in the engine, and that gave us some issues on our port engine. However, that's been fixed and we are ready and raring to go. At Lazy Days, now let's take you up to see Lazy Days. They're just at the other side of the pontoon. Apologies for the wind on the microphone. They come down, no issues whatsoever. Let's go and check, make sure the Lazy Days crew is up and ready and raring. I'm going to swing the camera around and we go and knock and see if they're awake. Morning, guys. Are we all awake and we're all up? Yeah, good. Ready and raring? It's a little bit chilly this morning, but I think we'll be okay.
Fine, dry.
Yeah, not as rainy as I thought it would be, which is good.
It's rain for the forecast.
A little bit later on this afternoon. Wave height looks like it's about 0.4 to 0.6, so not too bad.
Yeah.
And I think the swell is on something like 3 seconds, so shouldn't be too rolly from our beam on a southeasterly wind, so should be good.
Yeah, look forward to it.
Okay, great. Well, I'll leave you guys get yourself prepped, get yourselves up, and we'll see you in a little while.
Okay, Pete.
Cheers then, bye-bye. So as you can see, weather looks lovely actually. We was expecting it to wake up this morning. It'd be drizzling at the very least.
So we started the engines. We're just looking, and the tide has turned and started to flow out. I'm just going to turn the camera around, and you can see, hopefully on that the water is down on the side of the dock by about a foot. So we know the tide's starting to flow out, and in the next 5 minutes or so, we'll get ourselves off the dock and get underway.
Coco, lazy days, radio check, over.
Coco, good morning. In harbour, this is most critical. Over. In harbour, this is most critical. Just to inform anyone listening that we're leaving the Vista pontoon. That's 2 motor cruisers going out the Bulldog Channel. Go on. So time is 8 minutes past 7 in the morning, and then we're starting our cruise up the channel, and I'll set it to the shear line speed. Coco back on 6. So I've set the revs at the agreed target, just to about 1100 on the left and just a tiny bit more on the right. So trying to emulate the shear line speeds. We've got an outgoing tide showing 5.4 knots to 5.8, just going, leaving in docks.
So how are we filming, chaps?
We've gone past our first marker buoys, which are 27 and 28, and they're about, give or take, 2 to 2.25 miles off of the King's Lynn pontoon that we stayed at last night. And that has taken us, roughly speaking, from leaving at 7:10 to arriving there at 7:35. So averagely we're doing between 4 and 4.5 knots. We're aiming for 5, but this is very, very comfortable. So far we're managing to prove that with a slower boat it's totally doable if you use the tides and a little bit of mathematics and the charts. So one of the things that we try and do is obviously monitor where we think we are. So we're looking at this channel which is coming from King's Lynn, and we're looking at these buoys as we go out the main channel, getting to our jump off point, which is sort of over here. That then translates to us with the time it took, and we can work out how many miles or nautical miles that we are along. We then keep a log. I've got the radio and I've got the chart plotter to hand just in case we need to change course or do anything weird. But on the whole, it's just a matter of monitoring what we're doing and how we're doing it.
Amazingly, it's going absolutely the plan at the moment. We're doing the right speed. We've got a good sea, we've got a following wind, a following tide. We're averaging just about, I think, between 5 and 6 knots. And yeah, it's fair seas. And yeah, very comfortable ride.
So we've got to our marker buoys of 2 and 3. It's taken us a couple of hours to get there, which is good. That's on plan. And we've just made our left-hand turn effectively, and it's got a little bit bumpy, but that's because we had wind and tide following us, and now we're beam on, so we're now got a bit of swirl roll, and yeah, it's just going to be interesting for a couple of days. You can probably hear behind me. I'll just pull the camera around so you can see behind me. Got a few things flying off, but nothing too serious. If you can see in the distance, Lazy Days has turned around. I'll try and zoom in on that. Sorry for we got a mesh screen in the way of the camera and we were a bit bouncy. The swell is interesting at these speeds. They were more comfortable to return. They're going to go back at sea speeds and make their way. So we hope they're safe. They should be. It's not particularly rough, but at this speed, the roll on the side on the beam is interesting. Pete on Lazy Days and the crew have turned back for King's Lynn. It's a little bit bumpy because we've got the swell coming in at us on the side on the beam. We are continuing with our experiment, if you like, to stay at 5 knots or just under to make sure that the less powerful boats can do it. But our conclusion so far to this point is we are on the limit with a 15 knot wind and waves coming at us at the side, and we're on the limit for the slower boats. Certainly if you was on a narrow boat you'd be finding this extremely uncomfortable at the moment. Wind direction is a southwesterly, so it just gives us a bit of an indication of where we are. We're maintaining our track at the moment. If it becomes much more than this, I think we would have proved our point of where we need to be for the slower boats, and we'll abort this particular plan, go to sea speeds and carry on to our anchorage. But let's see how it goes. We'll give it another half an hour or so and make a determination then.
Should see 3 yellows, I believe. You let me know when it's on the waterline. I'm going to put slightly in reverse now and get her into wind. Feels as if she's holding.
So I think looking at what we've logged as we've come across today, we've made some notes, we've looked at the chart. I think we have proven what we set out to prove, that to bring a slower boat or slower boats across the wash, totally doable.
Yes, I mean, I agree. You could bring any boat across the wash in the right conditions, I suppose.
That's very true.
The exercise we wanted to do was for our summer trip with the shear lines, with the smaller engines and the different shaped hull. That, you know, with the right conditions, it could be a comfortable trip, and that's what we proved it can be done. And with a, you know, with a light wind and a sort of southerly wind, or at least some southern in it, I believe it's quite doable. You know, as under 10 knots is comfortable.
So we used the outgoing tide as our extra engine, if you like, to get us out to what we call the jump-off point, which from King's Lynn, our buoys 2 and 3, we then went west, effectively. It's a little bit more involved, and we'll show that on an overlay of the actual course. Through the Mark Channel on the approach to Boston, and we've anchored at Clay Hull. And this is quite sheltered. Today was reasonably bouncy because it did get a little rough going across, and you can probably see behind us the horizon is moving slightly, but it's not overly uncomfortable at all. And I think the slower boats that we've got can quite easily do that.
And I would recommend Clay Hull as a good anchorage spot for the entrance to Boston. It's just over there, but we're outside of the main channel. It's quite sheltered, and it's a good spot.
So for the summer trip, we're going to have 6 or more boats coming across. They will be dotted around this area. It's nice to get eyes on it, so we know what we now know, and to make sure that it's safe for everybody to do it, and that our planning is sound.
Absolutely.
So there you go. Just goes to show you, a bit of planning, a little bit of an adventure, make anything possible you like.
Always one hand on the rail if you can.
In the pocket. So the anchor's pulled, and we're now heading into Fosdyke via the approach channel.
Well, it's taken us, give or take, about an hour and a half to get from the anchorage here to Fosdyke. We actually saw the approach to Boston as we came past, which is what we will do in the summertime. However, we've come to Fosdyke because this is where we wanted to stay for this evening. It just goes to show that on slower boat speed, with the right weather, use of the correct tides is totally doable, which is great. Anyway, as usual, if you like what you see, please comment below. The subscribe button is over here. We would love to hear from you, and we'll see you guys next time.